Okay, so tell us how you first got into rapping.
Man, a long time ago, like in 94, 95, when I first heard Redman, Tonight's the Night.
Oh yeah,
When I heard
Redman.
that, I was like, oh man, I know I can rap too. So I just started penning lyrics and freestyling on cassette tapes and was doing it for a long time till it developed a sound.
Uh huh. Okay, fine. Yeah. So you're 33 and you just started
34.
34. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
You're 34 and you just started getting hot. Was there ever a time when you felt like giving up or no?
Yeah, not because of how old I was. It was always because what the music, how the music being put out, and it's kind of like discouraging because the kind of music I make ain't really like highly promoted.
Right.
So with that, I just was like, maybe it's not the right thing to do right
Uh
now.
huh.
But then after a while, I had this type of confidence, like man, I ain't giving up.
Right.
This no give up policy that I have. It's just like I gotta do it. So it's just
That's awesome. Respect.
it's like an old school car. You get if you want to keep it up, you keep it tuned up, you keep it groomed, and that's what makes you want to keep it. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely.
that's I kept my rap style polished, and that it made me want to stay alive.
That's awesome, man. I, what part of Chicago are you from?
South side of Chicago, east side of Chicago. It's like I'm all over Chicago. I've been raised in all parts, but
Okay, so you
I
moved around.
represent the east side of Chicago.
Oh, okay. And what do you think of what's going on now in terms of like music and violence?
As far as Chicago,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, music definitely had an influence on the violence in Chicago, but it's
Right.
not all of it. It's just basically as the generation is getting younger and younger, the music's changing and it's geared towards something else. It's towards what they see, and sometimes young people are not in control of what they see. It's because of the people that's in the neighborhoods, that's in, that's what they see. That's what, and they're able to speak about it. So when you hear a guy like Chief Keef, he's only speaking what he knows. So it's like,
Right.
it's an influence. The violence just happens. It's been going on for 20 years.
Right.
Like the violence rate in Chicago has been up for the past 20 years. So it's like you think about that, and then you think about the music and the kids and so forth and so on. It's all attached to it now. Like it's now a way to make money, and now it's a come up. It's just like being a basketball player.
Right.
Like
No, yeah, for sure. Um, what do you think of the Spike Lee movie Chiraq?
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I didn't want to support it. I didn't. I really didn't want to support
Uh
it.
huh.
But my wife, who is in the car with me right now,
Yeah.
say
Oh,
hi.
hey, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
She wanted to go see it, so
Uh
I was
huh.
like, all right, we go see it. So I
Yeah.
there was on that call, but come to find out, she's falling asleep in the movie theater. So
Oh my god.
so like like why we go see it? So but overall, I just thought that it wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? It just took a lot of bad feedback from the people from Chicago because, it's not what we see. That's not what
Right.
we see. It's not a portrait of it. And I know that wasn't Spike Lee image. He
Right.
wasn't trying to make another Boys in the Hood or so, but that's what people want to see
Right.
when you got Chiraq. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that. You got to, I want to call it Chiraq. I have to give it that you have to give it that look. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Right.
be having just one gun scene in the movie called Chirac. It's
Right. Right. Right.
impossible. Like, two gun scenes in the beginning, and then when uh, when Wesley Snipes and Nick Cannon were shooting at each other. Those are the only ones that they show like the guns and stuff. But the guns, that's what.
Sorry. Hello. Okay. Connections poor.
Came from this neighborhood called Inglewood in Chicago, and it's like one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Chicago.
Uh huh.
So So with that, nobody in Inglewood really knew about this because I work in Inglewood. I work at a high school, and
Uh-huh.
I asked the guys what they think about the name Chiraq and the movie and all that. They like,
Yeah.
what movie? They wasn't even aware. Like they're not even watching TV. Like they outside with the guns. Like for real.
Yeah.
Like when you think of Chiraq, that's what you got to think of. So, but that's why people don't want to promote that because that's not what a lot of Chicago is about. Chicago ain't just about Chiraq. So when you see somebody from another state pick up the name Chiraq
Right.
and made money off of it, it just rubbed people from here a different way.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Um, so you took shots at Mick Jenkins on the song "Dick Jenkins." What was that all about?
Dick Jerkins. Yeah,
And
man, it's just a cat not minding his business. That's all. He jumped in something that wasn't tended to him.
uh-huh.
And I believe that it all came from how people portray me on Twitter. Like, if somebody disagrees with something that I said, it's like a domino effect. Everybody starts to disagree, even with their own mindset.
Right.
Like, they might agree, but they have to disagree because it's cool to be against Vic Spencer. It's a real consensus. So I think Dick Jerkins, I don't like
Yeah,
to
Dick
say his
Jenkins.
real name, Dick Jerkins, that's how he felt the reason to jump in a tweet that wasn't necessary for him. And I was petty. I called him out. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you're not gonna, you can't destroy me musically. I'll destroy you. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You got this big platform. I'm gonna step to you like David and Goliath style. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm ready for this. Like, you're not gonna just say my name and you're a musician. You're not just gonna be putting me on blast and me not say nothing to the ultimate max. So that's what I did. I seen him trying to tweet bars and getting all these retweets and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, enough is enough. People were already giving me ammo and beats to go smash him. Like, it was other people like, man, I don't know who this dude is. Like, just like
Right.
people were saying, who is Big Spencer? It was people saying, who is Dick Jerkins? Like, who is this guy? All
Right.
they could
Right.
think about is the guy from Nutty Professor Dave Chappelle played when Eddie Murphy was fighting him and slammed him into the piano, and the
Yeah.
water boy, because that's what I told him, he was the water boy.
That's really good. If you had to describe your style, how would you?
I say I'm a conversational type guy, type rapper.
Uh huh.
I'm talking I'm talking to the people. I'm letting them know what's on my mind. I'm letting them know what I see. I'm letting them know what I think is my verbal opinion on certain things. Like, I put all of that in the music because that's what the beat does. Like, if the beat has to speak to me that way, that's
Uh
the
huh.
only way I can uh, uh, make music and be in cahoots with the beat. So it's like I just take it to the max and just speak my mind on records, and whatever comes to my mind in that subject, that's how I create.
Okay. Cool. What's your favorite song that you've done so far?
Um, I like Loop God on SoundCloud, on my SoundCloud. Like, if you go on
Uh huh.
SoundCloud.com/Vic Spencer, it's a lot of rare gems. Like, it's an entity in itself. Like, a lot of songs on there is not been released on any of my albums. So I like drop it exclusively for SoundCloud. And it's a song on there
Yeah.
that I did called Loop God. And it's really, really good. But it's like, it affects me when I listen to that record because I'm very lyrical on there, and I pick a R&B beat to rap over first by Jesse Boykins, and then I rapped over a Common beat,
Uh huh.
and I put them together and made one song, and I just went hard on it. And I just thought that my delivery on there was crazy. So that's one of my favorite joints right now. I still listen to that joint to this day.
Cool, man. Cool. Um, so what do you have planned for this year?
I'm working on my solo album right now. I'm like 90% done with it. Like, I'm going crazy with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to work with my brother Chris Crack. We formed a group called Chris Spencer, so I'm going to be working more with that. And, I'm going to be doing some going around the country, doing some performing. And, that's what we're working on right now. Those are the
That's
main
awesome,
things that
man.
we're working
That's
on
really
right now.
awesome. That's exciting.
Hmm?
That's exciting. That's exciting to hear.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. I'm ready to take on the success that I've recently gotten, and you know I'm head in with it.